Hi,
Hello,
everyone.
everybody.
All right.
Happy
I'm
Halloween.
taking my normal makeup off.
All right.
All right. So the first step was I covered my upper face in foundation. Nobody needs to see that. So I'm just saying. And now I will cover my upper face in baby powder to make it white because I have a different idea.
Yeah, we attempted this a week ago?
Yeah,
Yeah.
practice.
So you guys, you will be seeing this on Halloween. We are doing makeup today. What Q&A, stories, pictures. We actually got a submission. We put out a flyer for asking for submissions, like for Halloween pictures and stories after leaving the Jehovah's Witnesses. So you can still submit those. You having fun with that powder?
You choking like I do.
Besides Halloween treats, I have pretzels because I'm on a diet. There's nothing exciting. And I
I
got
have toffee vodka. I needed some sugar.
Oh,
You want the tequila? Toffee vodka.
yeah, I got tequila, and it's like noon for me here.
we're talking Halloween treats. Oh,
Yeah,
okay, hang on. There we go.
McDonald's.
I have to.
I haven't had McDonald's since February. And then when we went to my sister's, I said to my dad, "Can we please stop at the service station? I want McDonald's." And this was back in August. And the service station we stopped at didn't have McDonald's. So I've still not got to have one yet. It sucks.
It's my guilty trash panda stress food.
I love Big Macs. They're just nice, so nice.
And by the way, the amount of McDonald's food that I ate in 2020 does not correspond with my usual McDonald's habits. Okay, I usually eat McDonald's like once or twice in 2 weeks. So,
I normally only get to have it when my sister comes, which is once every few months, because now we used to have a restaurant, McDonald's, in town and a drive-through out of town, and our one in town shut down, so now we only got a drive-through, and I don't drive. So I have to wait until someone who drives visits.
So you cannot just walk up in there at the drive-through and get food?
You can if you want to go inside.
Here they don't give a shit. Like you can walk up unless, if there are cars, obviously not. But in the night or early morning when there are no visitors, they are like, okay, fine, whatever. Just take your food and go.
But Anthony don't like McDonald's, so I don't know who would go with. I don't want to go on my own. Driving works till about 6 o'clock on the night. So it's just I have no one I can go to McDonald's with.
Well, so as far as Halloween looks, I decided on a red and black vampy look. So we'll see if I can do that. It's just a smoky eye, really. I think I could do a good smoky eye now.
Oh, this stinks, man. I'm probably going to have to use my hairdryer to dry the layers of this latex quicker, but I'll mute my thing when I do. Because I haven't done a gory look this year yet.
Oh, gosh. I was looking at some of your throwback pics.
Oh, from years ago.
Yeah, those are pretty gory.
Yeah. I normally do just go for gore on Halloween. Last time, I think, I did me and my friends zombie makeup, and I said to them, just stand in my bath, and I'm literally just going to throw loads of, because I use food colouring for fake blood, because I think it looks more realistic. And afterwards, it looked like someone had been murdered in my bath.
Oh gosh. I was all over YouTube trying to find a nice, simple Halloween look, and then the most simple that I saw was like cats, and I was like, I don't want to do being a dog cat. Come on now, like just really silly stuff, clowns, which I'm not really hot on.
Yeah, clowns scare the shit out of me.
Really?
Yeah,
I have a friend who used to have a
hate clowns.
that was I say used to because she was a J-Dub, but yeah, she used to be terrified of clowns.
Yeah, actually, that's a psychological fuck up in the brain because they are wearing heavy makeup, and our brain is inclined to view heavy makeup as unnatural.
Oh, that's interesting.
Julie,
I'm into freaky looking stuff though, but clowns, there's just something about. I don't trust them.
exactly, it's the unnatural thing of it all. Because
and especially when they don't talk and they're just like all up in your face, I'm like, fuck off, like.
Oh, you like that? What you mean, like mimes?
No, like some clowns, they just don't really talk. They just come up to you and just like do stupid clowny stuff, and you're just like, can you go away?
Right.
Yeah, that's because they have the like fake smile painted on and all that, and your brain registers that as the like uncanny valley, and that is why many people who are not afraid of masks or anything else but clowns, they will freak them out because of this like uncanny valley stuff. It's fun. I like psychology. Psychology is fun.
Well, we should go around the glass table and talk about our pandemic Halloween plans. Because although we are actually recording this, you guys, so this won't be live for you, but we wanted to make sure we did a Halloween special this year. So Halloween is actually next week, which is actually for you guys.
Yeah.
So Halloween plans. Who want to start? Well, I am supposed. Well, my son's birthday is actually the 30th, which is like Devil's Night here in Detroit.
Yeah, fire it up, fire it up.
Right. So I made a post recently about my child skipping virtual school. So
yeah,
he has been staying up, and he hasn't really been sticking to the punishment. So I threatened him with canceling his birthday this year. So I'm not really sure what we're doing. I think we're gonna do something low key. I'm not really sure now because, and then too, we're shutting down again. The cases are like of COVID are just going ridiculously crazy now. So I know door to door like trick or treating and stuff like that might be out. I'm not really sure what. I was thinking about going to an apple orchard. That's where I really want to go. I haven't been in a couple years.
Over here, people are putting stuff in their yards for like kids to like search for, so they don't have to come and knock on the door.
Oh, that's nice. This pastor, a local pastor here, is got one of those things that's been circulating around on Facebook. That it's like a slingshot thingy, like you put the candy in the slingshot and kind of like just actually kind of launch it at the kids. It's kind of fun. It looks kind of fun.
That'd be nice.
It kind of makes me mad because my kids, when they kind of missed out on the trick or treating and the real costuming stuff. We have to make new traditions now because I do want to still celebrate the holidays with them, but I was still a Jehovah's Witness when they were really small. So, of course, we didn't celebrate Halloween then. Yeah, my son actually just brought up the fact that I banned a game because it was like Halloween, like,
right.
I thought that, by the time he was a certain age that he wouldn't remember. I guess he remembers. So
I remember stuff.
Halloween in our house. What you say, Emma?
I remember stuff we were banned from, so I think as a kid it can stick with you.
I think so, but he was so small. I can't remember. Believe he remember that.
Mm.
I guess they don't never forget, child. Well, so that's Halloween in our house. Maybe canceled Halloween, maybe canceled birthday because of grades. Virtual schooling grades is horrible. So what about you, Molly?
Well, I almost said in Halloween. In Hungary, Halloween is a bit different. For us, Halloween is like a very kind of sad affair. Like we go to the cemetery to our dead relatives, plant some flowers, deweed the graves, pay our respects to the dead, and then go and have a Halloween feast, as in like the family gets together, we sit our asses down and we eat together to honor the dead. So it's no trick or treating. If you're my age, then you would go, out, maybe party after the family dinner is done, and you would dress up and shit. But as the usual rule for Halloween, it's just go to the cemetery, have dinner with the family, and go to sleep.
And that's going to the cemetery freaks me out still.
I
have to now because my grandpa is dead, so I plan to do that.
Well,
I plan to do that.
Of course. I'm just saying, like, I just typically, like, even at funerals, when they have to go to the cemetery afterwards, I'm like, I'll skip that part.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely freaky, girl. Definitely.
Yeah.
Not a fun experience.
I find cemeteries really calming.
Calm, but it's calm,
just like the few I've been to, I've just felt really calm there, and just like, I know it's not appropriate, but it's kind of the place I'd like to sit and have a picnic and just chill. Like, I don't know. I think there's something quite serene about a graveyard.
I mean, it's calm.
Quiet, that's for sure.
It's calm and quiet, but definitely not like not a peaceful calm. It's like a very different kind of calm for me, at least.
Strange, because I find it peaceful, and I like to look at the graves and reflect on, like, I wonder who they was, I wonder what their life was, and.
Well, Emma, you will love cultures that actually celebrate the dead. Like, what are Hispanic? Is it Santa Teresa? Is that?
Oh, Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have.
Is that Halloween for them or no? I don't really know a lot about it.
Yeah, that's Halloween for them, and it's kind of similar to the Hungarian one. Like, they cook all the favorite foods of their dead.
Okay.
And they spread it out on an altar and offer it up. We actually did that when we had Mexican and like Latin American exchange students. We had them set up the Dia de los Muertos by the altar and candy and all that, and we sang with them, and all that. It was fun, but it's also like not a celebration type. And actually, they explained to us how the whole sugar skull thing works and why it's not really a nice thing for someone who's not Mexican or like Latin American to paint a sugar skull, because they paint sugar skulls to honor their dead. So if you're not Mexican and you don't know the behind of it, it's kind of, they see it as disrespectful, which I get, because I wouldn't like.
Yeah, but there are some cultures that do celebrate their dead and stuff like that. I saw it was a Hispanic kind of funeral, and they were dancing. It was kind of like it reminded me of a New Orleans funeral here, where down south they dance with the caskets and they have trumpets. It's just people view death in different cultures like differently, I think. I don't know. Well, anyway, Emma, what are you doing for Halloween, ma'am? I know you said the pubs closed early, huh?
Fuck all, I think. My camera's doing that again. Yeah, our pubs are shutting at 10. And if I go out, I never go out till about 10 anyway. And from what I've been reading online, we might be going into like another lockdown on the 26th. They're not calling it a lockdown, they're calling it a circuit breaker. But basically, it's a lockdown for 2 or 3 weeks where everything's going to shut except for essential food places and that. So it is basically putting us back in lockdown. So if that happens, then none of the pubs are going to be open anyway.
Oh, they're going to close the pubs completely.
You know how lockdown was before where it was just essential?
Right.
That's what they said they're going to do. So it's going to be like just shops that you need stuff from and no gyms, no pubs, nothing else. Oh, my camera needs to stop doing that.
Yeah, it's going light.
Sorry for the boob shot. I'm just thinking if I move it, I was thinking it might go back in.
Well, I'm not sorry for the boob shot.
Oh, we're back.
I never apologize for the boob shot.
Yes.
Just before, when I tried to go forward, it readjusted the light for some reason. Then I thought, oh, that's a boob shot.
Oh shit. Oh. The latex makes me tear up.
No.
Don't ruin my... Actually, it doesn't ruin my eyes because I actually want it to be like gritty and dirty. So if it messes up, all the better.
Yeah, we should probably tell the audience what looks we're working on. I think I may have already said what I was working on. A red and black vamp look. Like, I've been looking at goth looks because I don't really have a lot of... Well, I don't have, the fancy makeup. Whatever we call it, like Halloween makeup or whatever.
Yeah.
So I figured I would try to go with like a vampire look or something. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, God.
What you working on, Molly?
I am doing an American Horror Story cult look. Plus, I found this fan art online. That's where the eyes come from, and the rest will come from the original American Horror Story season cover. Because Ryan Murphy is cool. That's fine.
What about you, Emma?
I'm doing a ripped skin look down the middle of my face.
Oh gosh.
I've also got some fake flies and maggots that I'm going to add in there.
Oh wow. Okay, so this might be your epic one, huh?
So whatever happens to top my moustache.
Are you laying down like a base right now?
I'm putting latex with layers of tissue. So then what I can do is I've got like a stitch picker. One of these.
Yeah.
So then I'm just going to go in that and literally slice up it and open it so it actually looks like that it's my skin.
Oh my gosh, you know how to do that?
Yeah.
Girl.
You're going to be scared.
You are so talented.
Just keep thinking it's fake. It's fake.
It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. Right. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real.
It makes me laugh. Like in a lot of the FB like makeup groups, you have to put a warning, like for.
Do you?
For gory things, it's like, well, come on, seriously, it's not real.
We're adults, right?
Okay, but some people could actually have like psychological issues, and they could be triggered by even fake blood. So, like, I know that there is this disorder that makes you think that you're dead, like that you're a ghost and shit, and they actually need to be very careful with.
I've never heard of that.
With stuff like that. It starts with an M, but I can't recall the name at the sudden. But it's a rare psychological disorder, and sometimes accompanied by reckless behavior, which borders on suicidality, because they think they are already dead, so they can actually sometimes end up uh, attacking people, thinking that other people are dead. Like it's either that they think they themselves are dead, or they think everyone around them is dead.
Wow.
It's
Well, I thought they might be cool if we go through some questions together, which I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the
yeah,
audience to kind of get to know us. If you have questions, we will be in the comments. So make sure you go ahead and submit
oh yeah.
questions anyway. So let's see. Let me try to get to them first.
Hmm.
Okay. What is your earliest memory of Halloween? Who wants to go first? Okay, I'll just pick somebody. Molly, go first.
Well, Halloween, not really, but we have a holiday that we dress up for. So I
Okay.
guess I can talk about that. It's called Fasching, and it's like at the late end of February, and it's basically a celebration to chase winter away. So
Ooh.
you would dress up as like creepy shit. Obviously, that's for the adults mainly, the creepy shit part. But kids can dress up like I had this dino costume when I was little, and I had this like butterfly
Hmm.
costume that we sewed together with my mom the night before
your,
because
your mother was a seamstress?
uh she wasn't, but she knew how to.
That's cool.
Yeah, she taught me how to as well. Then my grandma gifted me a um. Fuck, I wanted to speak too fast. When my grandma gifted me a sewing machine.
What about you, Emma? What's your earliest memory of Halloween?
Um,
I know it's a little different from us because we used to be Jehovah Witnesses, though.
I think it was the year after I left. I went out with an ex of mine, and he dressed as Dracula.
Okay.
You know, like Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah.
He had like long blonde hair, and he just wore like the round sunglasses. And I think I just went as a vampire. I made like this top that was kind of a gap at the front and put like crisscross like a shoelace in it, and then big like bell sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I just wore that, so I just went like dressed like a vampy kind of person.
Okay.
I didn't know about latex and shit like that when I just left, so I didn't really like go all out. And then a few years later, when I found out about latex, I was like, yes, I'm going to get my gore on.
And you do a good job. You should. Emma
Thank you.
has an Instagram.
Oh yeah. So if you want to see more of my looks, if you go onto Instagram to Wise Hooded Eyes, that just concentrates on my makeup looks. Someone says to me in a makeup group today, "That's amazing, my icicle one. Do you do it as a profession?" I was like, "No, it's just for fun."
You do a good job. You're so talented.
Thank you.
Let's see. My earliest memory of Halloween, we actually didn't celebrate Halloween, obviously, because we were Jehovah's Witnesses. I was raised a Jehovah's Witness. But my mom had a costume party I was telling Molly about. And
Yeah.
Her idea was that it was supposed to represent what paradise might look like. So we were all supposed to come as friends around the world. It was kind of cheesy.
Right.
I was telling Molly, it may have bordered cultural appropriation as well, because some of us coming in there looking like Asians, all kind of stuff. And now that I think about it, it's kind of cringy. Like in this PC environment, yeah, we would get canceled on the internet. People be looking like, "Oh my god, you see what they doing?" But back then that was like what, early 90s. So who knows? So, but earliest moment of Halloween, I mean, my earliest memory was probably school. I just remember being in school and just being freaked out, going to stores and stuff jumping out at you. I say I don't like stuff like that. Yeah.
I remember. I think I was just barely leaving the organization, but I was, it was a class trip. So anyway, I went because duh. And we went to the House of Horror.
Really?
And yeah, and it was, now looking back, I wanna go back and have fun with it because now I'm not as scared as I was back then. But anyway, it was this like active, like interactive horror show, basically, and you went in the house, and it was a lot of fun actually because it was interactive, so you could really, get invested in the stuff happening, and it was like you entered, you paid for the ticket, they told you to just wait, and then the door where you were supposed to enter the actual like horror show, it started banging from inside, like someone started banging the door from inside. That was your sign to proceed, and you needed to slide your hand in the door, like there were 3 holes on the door, and you were supposed to slide your hand in and get the key. But the thing was that the person who was banging the door, he will try and grab your hand and just pull you randomly. So that's how you had to get the key to enter. And obviously, because my classmates were dicks, they were like, you get the key, your hands are the smallest. So I got the key. And actually, it was fun because when when the guy touched me, I slapped his hand. So fun.
How old were you?
I'm like, oh shit, I'm so sorry. Like, he touched my hand, and I got so scared that I just by reflex, I just went real hard, and I heard the like slap echoing in the room, and then you open the door with the key you grab, and you enter. There's a cage right at the door. Like you open the door, next to the door there's a cage with a midget in it, and I can say midget, I'm a midget, okay, before anyone tries to do anything.
Well, did I tell you I've got a midget phobia?
Really?
I honestly really have. I don't know why. It's a horrible thing to say, but yeah.
So like there she was, and basically she was screaming like obscenities and just random horror shit, random creepy shit. And they were, they said, okay, so go before we let her out, or else she catches you. And she started, jumping up and down in the cage. It was very loud, very obnoxious. Looking back, very fun.
How old were you again? How old were you? Like in grade school?
I was.
Gonna watch this bit, Spence.
Oh gosh.
I think I was like 16.
I'm trying not to stab myself in the head.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I think I was 16. And it was It was a lot of fun actually. Like,
That looks like skin. Like if I didn't watch you do that, I would probably be like, Emma, what are you doing?
Slicing my own skin off.
All right. So which movie were you too scared to watch as a kid? Again, I was a Jehovah's Witness, so there was not a lot I could watch, but I could tell you that Michael Jackson's Thriller used to freak me out. Like it was the first time I ever saw anything remotely scary. I remember like my family would take the box or whatever, not the box, but the like pictures of it in a Jet magazine. My mother used to have a box full of Jet magazine.
oh my god.
And they would take the picture and like run around the house and scare me with it. And then now people say that if I was to look at Thriller, that it would look really cheesy as far as the effects and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's too many memories.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do that. So that was the first thing I saw that was scary. So but it wasn't really a movie, but it was back then videos were really long. So probably could have been a short movie or something. What about you? Who's next? With your favorite or what movie you were too scared to watch as a kid?
I remember when Jaws, the first one, was out. You know when it does that dun.
Oh yeah.
I used to go and hide behind the sofa.
Aww, baby Emma.
But then like I got fascinated with like horrors and stuff after that. So obviously it's not a permanent thing.
Is that considered a horror movie back then?
I don't know, it was scary, so it probably was considered up because like people supposedly got their arms and legs chewed off.
I remember seeing Jaws, and I remember a scene where the arm got chewed off and stuff.
I have a shark phobia, so maybe that film caused it.
Oh, for sure. If you watch that movie, if you're watching Jaws. Yeah. What about you, Molly?
I mean, again, I was also a Jehovah's Witness from age 5, so not many things we could watch. Trying to think, the last movie, like horror movie that I gathered myself to watch was
what about the first one?
The first one I watched was Scream. That was the first movie, like horror or slasher, whatever you want to call it, movie that I ever watched.
Really? Scream. Did you watch it at the theater or did you
Oh no. I watched it like after I was 18, so I needed years after I left the organization to get my shit together enough to watch a horror movie. And I watched that because me and my best friend watched this series called Scream, and it's a good series, by the way. It builds suspense well, and yeah, so we watched that series with my best friend because we were both like, oh my god, but I'm curious, like I want to watch it, but I kind of don't want to watch it alone. So we were like, okay, fuck it, let's watch it together. So we watched it together, but my friend insisted, bitch, you have to sleep with a knife under the bed so that if a murderer comes and gets us, you can like chop up a bitch. And I'm like, okay, fine, you know what, whatever. If me sleeping with a knife under the bed makes you happy and stay quiet for the night, fine, you get it. And then I was like, okay, if this is what the real movie is like, then I can handle that. So I watched Scream. I liked it. And then I watched like Friday the 13th with a friend group. That was not even scary.
Okay. What about you, Emma?
Some horrors I end up laughing at because I'm just like, is that supposed to be like scary? Yeah. Like is it Drag Me to Hell? I went to see that at the cinema with my friend, and I was laughing. Right,
Really? It was that bad?
Yeah, it would. I love the film though. It's funny, but because like the guy, there's one part where he's sat in the car park, and then she's just there at his car window, and just like I don't know, some bits are just like funny to me. And then I went to see another horror. I can't remember what it was called, but there was these group of lads sat in front of us in the cinema. They were screaming. I was laughing. They were just like, "Oh shit, shit, shit!" Ah! And I'm just sat behind them laughing my head off. It was just like I was laughing at the film and then laughing at them.
Okay, yeah, so what is the best horror movie of all time? I will pass because again, I don't watch horror movies.
Okay.
That's a hard question.
So if we're talking slasher, then I think Hush. That's a recent movie, like I think 2018. But I think that movie is super smart. Both the protagonist and the antagonist are well written, as in like they balance each other out in a good way. Like they are both smart, they are not stupid. Like, you know, some of these horror movies, especially the American horror movies, no shade, no hate, but some of the American horror movies that I have seen, they are so stupid that you're kind of rooting for the killer to kill those bitches finally. Like,
yeah,
some of the decisions those characters are making, it's like you're looking to die, babe. Like, it's like
you want to shout? They're in the bathroom. Go and get them.
Oh, you know, somebody always in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
Always in the shower before they get slashed.
And they always run upstairs into the bathroom instead of running out the back door or the front door.
Okay, honestly, so I don't have the best horror movie of all time, but I guess I don't know if this is a horror movie because I love psychological thrillers. I love Silence of the Lambs growing up. Now, to me, that was scary as hell.
Oh my God!
It pushed the lotion on the skin before it gets the holes again. Remember that part when the lady was like in a well and actually, you know what? That's also a movie that didn't age well because he played the stereotypical cross-dresser killer.
Right.
Yeah. So that movie probably wouldn't age well probably in this day and age. But you know, him eating people liver and all that. No. See, that was a lot for me. But it helped me be able to watch Dexter, which is one of my favorite. I don't know how I can Dexter, y'all, but
I'm glad it's coming back.
Plus, see, I think Michael C. Hall is fine, y'all.
Mm-hmm. He really grew on me.
Yeah, he grew on me.
Yeah.
Because at first he was looking kind of scruffy, but I don't know.
Well,
I don't know if it's the whole serial killer thing. I don't know.
He's not my tasting man, but he did really grow on me.
Yeah.
Okay, for me, like, as far as, you know, psychological horror, I absolutely love psychological horror. I think one of the best psycho horror things like out there is, it's well, Jordan Peele's Get Out is a good one, other than it being like a very apt meta commentary on like society.
What would you say is the best horror movie, Emma?
I don't know. I prefer psychological because it's more real.
Yeah.
It can actually like fucking happen when it's people just like going a bit like I don't know, hard to say because
I think
a lot of horrors I think are quite shit. And it's really hard to scare me. I prefer films that are just fucked up.
Yeah.
That don't try to scare me, that just try to mentally mess with my head. I mean, one of the first ones I watched was Exorcist, and I thought that was like brilliant for its time.
If you talk to Catholics, they swear it's a true story. But whatever. And the
well, they swear Jesus is a real story, so there's that.
There's also that, right? Speaking of which, the next question is, do you believe in ghosts?
Yes.
Nope.
1000%.
Emma has a series
Yeah.
on ghost stories, so we know you believe in ghosts, honey.
Yeah, if you want to check out my true unexplained story, shall we say, then if you go into my YouTube, Judge Me Unforgiven, I'm up to part 4 now. I might do part 5 later of things that have just happened to me in the past 24 years that I try and debunk things first. And this is like things where I've never really found like a logical explanation for.
I have to say that there have been some unexplained things in my life. Like I remember going in the basement with my sister one time. We were just playing, and we had this water heater, and we swore that we both at the same time saw a man from behind the water heater with a glove, like
Right.
yeah, whatever. And we both saw it. Both ran upstairs at the same time, and then both described what we saw. So yeah, stuff like that has happened, but I don't know. I think that without being too dark, my journey to atheism, I kind of just dropped all of the supernatural, whether it was spirits or ghosts or anything like that. Like I always feel like you said, sometimes there is an explanation. I always think that the simplest explanation is always the best, because I know I used to freak myself out with things that I used to think I was seeing and stuff like that. So I don't know. Like as a Jehovah's Witness or as a Christian, I was always like super on guard for spirits and stuff like that. Like now,
I mean, I believe in spirits, but I don't believe in them the way JWs do, because they used to teach us it was demons and all that kind of shit, and I don't think it is. I think there are some nasty spirits, and I think there are some good ones too that are just like looking out for us and watching over us. I don't think like every spirit is a demon like we were taught. Spencer's frozen. But then my youngest niece seems to have stuff happen to her as well. Like when they moved into this new house, she was saying that they went out and they come back and stuff was piled up on a bed. Like her doll's pushchair and other things had been piled up on a bed, and nobody was in the house. And then they heard of a nighttime, like someone in their kitchen, as if they were going through like their cutlery drawer, moving stuff around, and there was nobody there. And then she's been telling me recently how she's walking up the stairs and some figure, a girl with long black hair, chases her up the stairs. So I was just like, wow, tell her to stop. Tell her she's scaring you, because if it is a spirit, then tell her that you don't want her to do it because you feel uncomfortable. But, you know, I can't see why she would imagine this stuff. And it seems a lot of stuff happened in her house. And before her granddad died, it was really weird. She said something to her parents about that, something to do with the angels came for granddad, but he was asleep. So they decided to not wake him. They're going to come back another time. And he'd been really ill, so they was expecting him to, like, pass away any day soon. And then she said something about granddad got up and walked to the other side of the room, and like they said that's not possible because he can't walk. And then something at the other side of the room had moved, and none of them had moved it. And then apparently she was sitting there saying that she could see a light above her granddad's head. And I was just like, wow. She was like really young at this time, probably about 4.
I wouldn't trust a 4-year-old.
Well, when they're sitting there saying stuff like that, and I would, because kids are more susceptible to it.
Kids are more susceptible to having an overactive imagination. Actually, there have been many scientific studies about like haunted places or whatever, and they had multiple groups of people who believed, who didn't believe. and they had like 4 groups of people. One who didn't believe and were told that the place is haunted. One who did believe and they were told the place is not haunted. One who believed and they were told the place was haunted. And one who didn't believe and were told the place was not haunted. And basically, it was an allegedly haunted place, and it came down to there was some overexposed wiring, and there were faulty heating, heating bodies in the building, and they were being affected by the changes in temperature, by being tired, by being suggested by the scientists that the place is haunted or not. If it was actually haunted or this kind of thing actually existed, then the participants would have all been able to give consistent answers, but they couldn't. They all had different symptoms and visions and whatevers. And yep. So
Well, when my young nephew, told me he saw a man at the other side of the room and watched him walk across the room, went to the bottom of the stairs and watched this man walk up the stairs and went, gone. I believe he saw something there. For sure.
Well, I'm back. I guess my internet went out, y'all.
Ah,
For no reason. So y'all still talking about ghosts, right? The next one is, would you rather be a vampire, ghost, or a witch? Hypothetically, I guess I would like to be a witch because a witch is like a real thing. I've been, how can I say? I've been talking to people who are real life witches. Mm-hmm. And I remember as a Christian, I thought that my ministry was to help people because I read a book where this lady so-called converted her daughter who was a witch to Christianity. But she talked about like rituals and that kind of thing. And it's not like the witch on the broom with the green or the green face witch or whatever, like typical characterizations or whatever of witches.
Yeah.
And that's something that I had to learn after leaving the Jehovah's Witnesses because I thought, but now I don't really believe in magic or anything like that. So, I mean, it's okay if other people do or whatever. I mean, I respect everybody else's belief on that. But at the same time, I do think it's cool to have your own ritualistic way of doing things. And I don't know if I missed that because of religion or something. But yeah, I guess I would rather be a witch because it's cooler. And plus, I want to look like my girl Angelina Jolie if I was a witch. What's that movie she was in? With the what is it?
The only one that comes to mind, Benevolent, but I've not watched it.
Yes. Isn't she a witch in there?
I've not watched it.
No, it's a fairy.
She's a fairy? I thought it was after Snow White. Pattern after Snow White. Like
no, that was Cinderella. No, Sleeping Beauty.
Is it Sleeping Beauty?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, so like she's a witch, like the witch from Sleeping Beauty, right?
No, she's an evil fairy.
I guess I've never seen it. I always thought she was the witch from Sleeping Beauty. Okay, so vampire, witch, or ghost?
In this hypothetical, are vampires immortal and do they sleep?
I don't know. Like, I guess we can talk about the various different kinds of vampires.
And have you got to be sparkly?
They are?
Well, Robert Pattinson was, so have you got to be sparkly?
No. I just actually watched a great literature analysis on the Twilight series. It was actually a lot of fun watching that. And the guy who made the video series, he has one more video to go, I think. And he started the video series, like when he announced it, he's like, dear female friends who liked this series, and whom I was a dick to because you liked this series. I'm sorry. I was a misogynistic asshole, and I judged this book by the merit that women liked it instead of actually reading it and judging it based on its content, for which I apologize. And then he started, analyzing the story, and he actually talks about cultural misrepresentation, pedophilia, and all that, Mormonism. He analyzes it very thoroughly. And
what about you, Emma? Vampire, ghost, or witch?
See, I like the idea of vampire, but then I think witch you can accomplish more.
pretty true. I recently rewatched Charmed. I don't know if y'all know that series.
Yeah, well, I think my girl Shannon is in there.
Shannon Doherty, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I used to watch her on sneak and watch when I used to sneak and watch 90210.
I forgot about that.
I like that series a lot. It's fun.
What's the best candy in the world?
Gummy bears, no cap.
Gummy bears? My husband loves gummy bears, gummy worms, anything gummy.
Yeah, just gummies. If we're talking straight candy, no chocolate, no other thing, fucking gummy bears. Like gummies, just in general. Yeah.
I'm not a candy person. Like if I ate candy, when I do eat candy, it's chocolate, but like I've never been a candy person, like eating a lot of sweets. I'm more of a like salt person.
I'd say Haribo Fantastics are my favourite. But I pick out like the orange dummies, the cherries, and the sour cola bottles.
I've never heard of those.
Oh, we have these.
You never had Fantastics?
We have these things. Do you have it's called Finny Roller? No. That's the name of the brand, and they have this. Let me try and send you a picture so you can maybe upload it to the stream. 1 sec.
Do you not have Haribo there, Spence? Do you not have Haribo there?
I've never heard of that.
Oh.
Not a messed up my dang on eyebrow. I try to do a black eyebrow for a vampy look. I usually do
concealer covers all sins.
A concealer, yeah. I need to get a good concealer. I've been experimenting with some. I got the NARS one, which I think is just overpriced.
I just sent the picture of this.
I mean, it's nothing special about the NARS.
It's super good. Hold on. I wish I could hold a picture of it up. I sent it in our chat.
Okay.
If you wanna or if you can.
Okay, I'll grab it. It's not quite what I was going for, but okay, whatever.
Yeah, I fudged up the holes. But here's what it is.
I usually don't wear really dark makeup like this, so.
Oh, that looks good on you though.
Yeah,
like that. Yeah, I'd wear that as an everyday look.
I know. I was thinking that.
Yeah, it's nice.
We definitely can't do that as an everyday. What y'all doing? But I'm gonna try to Halloween it up a little bit. I saw some Well, anyway, we'll see what I can do. You said you put it to my to the Let me see if I can get it from here.
You should do your eyebrows as bats.
I saw somebody did bat wings. I was like, oh my god, I wish I was that talented. Like eye wing.
Eyeliner.
Yeah.
What you could do is maybe draw spider webs. That's kind of easy.
Spider webs? Yeah, that might be easy. Okay, let me see if I get this picture up before we go to our other question here. I
I swear, those fucking like fake ass dino eggs are worth every fucking money. So good. Got some feedback.
Oh, you've come in as another person.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not mean to do that. I don't know why it does that. Yeah, I can't get it in there. It'll take me. It'll take me too long because I will have to go to my other computer.
Yeah, it's like these like filled candies. They are shaped and like decorated like dinosaur eggs. They are tasty as fuck. But so expensive.
No, you good. Let's see what else. Is that it? I'm sure we have more.
We had like contractors, didn't we?
Okay. What was your? It's just read your. Hang on. Typo. Okay, so what was your best Halloween costume?
Jigsaw.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Or if we're talking a group costume, when we like in Hungary, we have something called the crazy students leave the school, and it's when before you graduate, you can dress up in like freaky costumes and taunt, quote unquote, other classes. Like you can go in to their classrooms. They have an assigned day when you can do this, and you have to buy candy, and then you can go into other classrooms and just throw candy at people randomly and sing and make them sing. And that's what we did. And I did my best friend's makeup as Harley Quinn, and I was the Joker.
Ooh, I love Harley Quinn.
That was fun.
What about you, Emma?
That's hard to answer because I've literally like done so many.
Have you?
My favourite one so far, it wasn't a whole costume, but it's probably the bling makeup from the other day.
Oh, okay. I love that.
Because I've done like, I think Zombie Nurse has been my favourite because they were selling over here as well, like fake blood, you know, like when you give like a transfusion in a bag. They were selling fake ones of them. So when I dressed up as a zombie nurse, I had one of them. It was cool. And then I had a syringe full of blood. And then someone said, squirt it at me. So I just squirted it. And it just literally like covered his whole face in blood. But I prefer the ones where you can get like really gory and...
Well, I don't have a favorite one. I don't have. Would have been my first Halloween this year, and unfortunately, it's during what you call it, the pandemic. So, unfortunately, I don't have.
Well, I dressed up as a zombie nun, and I brought a see-through plastic bag, and I put the Satanic Bible in it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Do you prefer chocolate or chips? There go Molly. I was supposed to say, what happened to you? I think we did this something already, but if I had a choice, I'm more of a salt person. I like chips and stuff like that. But if you catch me on the right day and time of the month, chocolate might be it. It depends.
I love both. Like we have this fairy tale character who's called Fairy Arthur, and he has this catchphrase like, round chocolate and square shaped chocolate and triangle chocolate and small chocolate and big chocolate and bubbly chocolate and white chocolate and dark chocolate and usual chocolate and milk chocolate and candy chocolate and chocolate chips. Like kept saying all the types of chocolate there are. So I love me some chocolate, but um, for the most part, I would rather have chips than chocolate because chocolate is not like a snack food. Uh, it's more of like a comfort food for me. But like chips is something like you kick back with and you just go while you're watching some shitty movie.
Oh gosh, Emma, that is really shaping up. Is that paint?
Food coloring.
Food color?
Yeah.
That is really bright.
I find it looks better than the fake stuff.
It looks really bright. Okay, so chocolate or chips?
I'm more of a savoury person. Like, I can sit there and it's very rare I do, but I can sit there and eat a massive bag of Doritos, but I couldn't sit and eat a massive box of chocolate. So I think chocolate, like, I crave it, but it's only in small quantities. So I definitely love like crisps, cheese, crackers, like yeah. So what you call chips, we call crisps.
Oh, okay. I learned something. Okay, so have you ever pulled a Halloween trick? If yes, what was it?
Yeah.
Me? No.
You're going to tell us about it, Molly?
Yeah. So that then we dressed like it's not really like I said, they don't really celebrate Halloween, so my stories are not necessarily Halloween, but like dressed up stories. But we did like prank our like fellow class, like when you're graduating, you have a class under you, and that's called your fellow class, and you're supposed to be like tight and helping one another and all that.
Mhm.
Anyway, so we pranked them dressed as the Joker and Harley Quinn, and when the jigsaw stuff happened, I deliberately scared my mother because I was like, okay, she doesn't know that I'm doing my Halloween makeup. I was like, yeah, mom, we will go out, and I just said, okay, fine, whatever, and I dressed up, did my makeup as Jigsaw, and it was very like apparently very good. She was not expecting that.
Okay. What about you, Emma?
I haven't really, because I think when I started doing Halloween, I was 21, so I feel like I was a bit old to do like tricks. But with my old best friend, I used to love going out with her and her daughter because the daughter would go out to trick or treating, and then talking about scaring people. I've had like grown men scream in my face in the pub on Halloween because I've turned around and seen my face like just full of gore and stuff, and they've literally just like jumped back and screamed.
Oh wow.
Which makes me laugh because I'm like, well, then I've done a good job if that's happened.
Yeah, yeah, I don't
I usually act like a full blown psycho murderer on the streets when I walk at night. No matter if I'm alone, especially even if I'm not alone, don't even. Like I had guys start following me, like some guys. Like I knew they were following me because they were going the opposite direction, and they saw me checking my phone to act like I'm on a call or messaging someone. You know, female life on the streets at night, trying to keep yourself from getting kidnapped and murdered and raped and all that. And I have this like switchblade that if you extend it, it's very obnoxiously loud, and you know that it's a switchblade. So when they started following me, I started expanding it, and then they stopped laughing. Like, oh, here it is. Like, like one of these, like box cutter things.
You can't have a switchblade in the streets.
That's what I was saying to Molly the other day. We'd get arrested if we got found with one of them.
Well, you know, I used to when I was my husband used
If
to
we wasn't going to work.
I used to keep a knife in my car when I used to live alone. And I know my husband was like, "What are you?" And one time he found it because he was my boyfriend at the time, and he was like, "Why are you walking carrying around a knife?" Because I was just like, "If y'all want it with me, y'all gonna have to fight. Y'all gonna have to fight me off with this knife."
Yeah, like if you hear it, like it's a very specific sound, and you know it's like one of these like switchblade thingies. And they were like giggling so loud, and I think they thought I might not speak Hungarian or whatever. Many people actually think I'm a foreigner because whatever, I don't know. And I guess they thought I wouldn't understand what they were saying, but they were like laughing at the fact that, oh, she looks scared or whatever. And so I started like playing with this, and I remember the second click made them stop laughing. Like they realized, oh, maybe this is the wrong bitch to fuck with.
You so silly.
What arseholes to laugh about that though?
But I mean, they started it. So if you're gonna ask for a fight, then bitch, you better finish it.
Oh,
Or I
will. I know my he was like, you can get in trouble. Like if we got pulled over, this would be a weapon. I wasn't even thinking about none of that. I was just more thinking about like I used to work at night and I used to come to the house by myself. I used to close the store not too far from me. And then stores around there was getting robbed real tough. So I was just like, hey, whatever.
Well, years ago, our flat got broken into by a so-called friend. Who like this is how stupid our friend was. We were walking along the river or canal, I can't remember what it was, to go and visit someone, and we bumped into him. And he said to us, "Do you have a screwdriver?" I was like, "No, don't like carry screwdrivers around with us." He's like, "Oh, okay, no worries." Now he's known for like breaking into cars and stuff. So we walked up to this girl's house. By the time we got back about 2 hours later, our living room light was on, and it wasn't on when we went out. So it was like, what's going on? So my next door neighbour come down and says, I called the police. I said, why? He says, because someone was trying to break into your patio doors at the back, and I heard it. So I was like, oh, shit. Then we went to the front door and looked, and there was screwdriver marks all down the front of the door where they tried to get in.
What?
And I just thought, how stupid is that guy to ask us, do you have a screwdriver? And then he goes and tries to break into our house and leave screwdriver marks in the door. So then when I seen him next, I was like, what the fuck did you do that for? And he says, because I hate your boyfriend. So I wanted to rob him. And I was like, well, all the stuff in the house is mine, not his.
God is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got a red and black contour going on right here.
Yay.
Red and black lips. This is a lot for me. I know this is not like nearly as crazy as
it looks well good.
Yeah, but you know, I maybe at night I could probably wear something like this.
Yeah, looks nice.
It looks nice, guys. I mean, I did the jigsaw look with lipstick and baby powder. I'm not even joking. Lipstick and baby powder.
You did real good with that. You did real good.
It was nothing else, just like a real thick foundation, baby powder, and then just lipstick, eyeliner to make it look like I'm like a mannequin, and then just smudge lipstick all over my face, make it look bloody and dirty.
That's looking good, Emma. Yours look good too,
You're not scared yet?
I don't know. I feel like I didn't do this look justice. Mm-hmm. But I'm a maximalist, so.
You did good. You did far better than what I could have did. Let me see. I can see the raised skin. I don't know. I feel like you're giving me Mystique.
I just
Okay, so our last question is: in the movie Alive, a plane crashes and survivors resort to cannibalism to survive. Do you think you could be a cannibal? If I had to be, maybe. I don't know, but just the thought just turns my stomach.
Are we allowed to cook them?
I guess.
I mean, you couldn't eat human any other way.
What you mean, like raw?
Yeah, like you couldn't eat human raw.
I can eat human, period, cooked or raw. That's just a thought of, oh my God, no.
Yeah, but I mean, like biologically speaking, you would die from blood infection if you ate human raw. So you need to cook. There's really no other choice. I don't think I would. I think I would just eat plants. You know, just like.
I mean, I've asked people before if it was legal to like try flesh, would you? And if that person had donated their body to do that, I think I'd be tempted. It probably just tastes like chicken at the end of the day.
No way. I never would want to. I don't think I would even be tempted. I remember there in that movie Alive, and I remember the story surrounded it. It was actually a lot gorier than what they put in a movie.
What if you believed in Wendigo though?
You said what if I believe in what?
What if you believed in Wendigo?
What's Wendigo? That's what I was trying to say at first. Like I didn't remember what you said.
If you eat the flesh of another, it makes you stronger. And then if you eat more and more and more, the thirst becomes more and more, but then you can end up basically immortal.
Yeah, I mean, many cannibalistic tribes actually believe that.
Yeah, I've heard of that before.
Like,
I didn't know what the name was.
What was that? Papua New Guinea, I think, where there is still like a cannibalistic tribe, and if they go to war, like a battle with another tribe, they will like hunt the chief down, and the tribe's chief will eat the losing tribe's heart.
Yes, I saw a documentary, and it was some African tribe, and he felt like he was like it made him stronger, the blood and the heart and everything was stronger, and he was holding the heart in his hand as they were filming, and I was just like, "Whoa, really?" Just like that. I guess so.
There is this Hungarian series, and it's in English because obviously they travel around the world. It's called On the Spot. If you can find it to watch, and in any way or shape or form, dude, only good shit. Like they are so wild is all I can say. Like they travel into the most dangerous, most secluded, demented places like actual war zones, and like cannibalistic tribes, and they live there for like a few weeks with these people to film that documentary about it, and it's a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh, Emma. I keep saying it's not real. It's not real. It's not. Because I'll look this way and I go, like just looking at you. Oh my goodness. And that's food coloring.
Yeah, it's like a paste.
Get out of here.
Yeah. The colour is Christmas, ironically.
It is so red.
But I've put like water in it just to water it down because it's really thick. But and like real blood dries like a darker red colour. So this is why I started using this, because it looks more realistic, because fake blood is like too orange, too kind of like see-through. I'm tempted to do under my eyes, but I don't know.
I don't know.
Because if I do it, there's no going back.
I like it.
Think I should take blood from under my eyes now?
I think so.
You know what I would do with the eyes? I would make it look like blood is flowing from the eyes. And you're definitely experienced enough to do that.
That's what she just said. She's like, I'm going to put blood in the eyes. And Molly's like, I think you should put blood in the eyes.
No, not like under the eyes, but like flowing down on the cheeks. Like the eyes are bleeding.
Oh my gosh. That looks like blood.
Is.
That looks like blood.
That it is. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
that
exactly.
Looks like blood, y'all.
Can you tell which one of the three of us is a psychotic bitch?
Hey, don't leave me out.
Oh, okay. I honestly love horror. It's possibly one of my favorite genres to watch. It's because I just had so many like reservations about like watching horror even after I left. Like I left at like 15, 16 ish or so, and I was still scared to watch or engage with horror. And then, my best friend said, hey, so you're scared of horror, I'm scared of horror, let's watch horror together. And we were like, okay. And then I was like, oh, so this is horror. And then, I kept upping the ante. And I don't know which movie it was. I can't remember because I was like 18. But I watched like Friday the 13th, the Scream series, Saw.
Oh, God.
And what else? Like most of these like beginner horror movies that are just like basically not even too scary. Just they are like, slasher classics. So I watched the slasher classics and then I was like, okay, what movie can I watch that is like not like this? And then I watched like Psycho, American Psycho. I watched what else? Like these classics. And then by 20 I watched all of the horror classics and I became bored. That's when I watched the Blair Witch Project, and the Blair Witch Project is kind of boring.
Oh, I look quite scary. Now look back.
Yes.
Now looked on the monitor.
Like I don't know. It's a good movie. It's well done, but it's fine. Like
and
it's
at the
not
time,
something...
there was nothing else really like the Blair Witch. It was kind of like
the
way they filmed it.
Yeah, like I watched the Blair Witch Project. Like the concept didn't vibe with me, and my ex wanted to watch it one day, so I was like, okay, fine, fuck it, whatever. I'm just gonna eat chips and chill out. But it was not really scary. Like I guess that in the 90s when there was no such thing as this many horror movies as there are right now. I guess I see how
there were a lot of horror movies in the 90s, girl. What are you talking about?
I mean, not this many.
When I had my shop, Blair Witch Project came out, and we were just like, oh my god, this is amazing. So my ex's mom used to give us like really random stuff, and she gave me this big mannequin. So if you know the story of Blair Witch, I put it at the top of the stairs, put clothes on it, and turned it facing the wall, so it was in the corner. And then I put bloody handprints all up the stairs and wrote, "Help me," like door dripped in blood. And then when my friends come around, they were shitting themselves. I was just like, wow, it's like the Blair Witch Project.
Oh my gosh. I remember that coming out. I remember being kind of freaked out that it was I thought it was a documentary.
That's how why I liked it. It looked like it was filmed, like a documentary.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely like I appreciate it for what it is, but it's didn't drive with me. I was like, eh. Even in American Horror Story, like I love all of the seasons except for Roanoke. Like the Roanoke season, it starts out so.
Which one was that one? Remind me.
That's about like the lost colony of Roanoke. Like from one day to another, this whole ass colony just up and disappeared, and the only trace of this colony that they found is Krakatoa that was like carved into a tree. I think that's the word, like Krakatoa. I think. Don't that. I don't recall. And basically, that's the only sign of them they found. Like they were there, and then they weren't. Like no bodies, no property, no nothing, no trace. Just the houses left behind, and no trace of these humans anywhere on the American continent either. Like the colony of 500 just up and gone. And I was like, oh, that sounds creepy. So I was like excited to watch that season of American Horror Story, but then I was like, it's this found footage stuff, and they did good. Like it's still a good horror, I guess, but the found footage stuff is not for me. I think one that is good might be like Paranormal Activity, but
So we did, like I said in the beginning of the stream, we did send out a flyer on our Instagram and on our page asking for entries. We got one entry, and you may recognize him from a past episode. I thought this was so cute. Look, it is Matt.
Oh,
they're so fly.
I love the Riddler. And he even sent a little video with his family. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Hi. This is so
cute. You know what? My favorite Riddler would have to be Jim Carrey. Wow. He was the Riddler.
My favorite Riddler is the one in the Gotham series. Like,
oh, you like? Yeah. Okay, I can see that. We're big, huge on the Gotham series here. My husband love it.
I love it. It's fun. I wanna actually like pick it back up. Like, I was watching the season on Netflix, but then Hunger in Netflix success. Sorry, not sorry. You suck ass, you guys. You need to get up to speed, okay? Like some of us bitches don't have VPN, and some of us smart bitches do. So she can watch anything she damn well pleases. Anyway,
the thing about it, like it kicks us out of Netflix sometimes. The VPN that, like,
really,
because there's apparently certain shows are not on Netflix, are not offered in certain Netflix in certain countries. Like, for instance,
yeah.
Blacklist. We was watching Blacklist the other day, and it was totally fine. And then I think it pinged off somewhere in the world, and then all of a sudden we couldn't find Blacklist in the Netflix, and we was like, "What in the world happened?" So
that can happen. Like I changed my VPN locations like I don't know, girl, what to say, like underwear. I change it so much because I'm just like, just before this show, I was Googling most disturbing horror movies. I scrolled through the list and I'm like, seen it, nah, seen it, okay, maybe, seen it, nah.
I can't get my eyes off of Emma. This blood. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real.
But I just thought I might as well put it on my eyebrows as well.
No, I was watching you do it.
My eyes are so heavy from all this makeup.
Okay, so are you gonna do a video after this? Did you say you was gonna do a video?
Yeah, I might do my stories part 5, I think.
Yeah, you got to with this look.
Yeah, because I don't really kind of want to waste it, so.
Yeah. What about you, Molly?
I might do a video, but I don't know what.
Right, you did a couple already though.
Oh yeah, I actually filmed the videos for this week, last weekend, and so that's what you saw this morning, my time, the horror movies, and then I was inspired to just sit down and talk about this Monday when I attended a interfaith event.
I watched that one earlier. I had it on in the background while I was doing stuff.
Yeah.
I was just like, so y'all are out here in 2020 saying this shit, huh?
Right.
When they were saying some of that stuff they were saying, and I'm just like, oh my God. You did not just say that an infant baby who was born with a genetic disorder low-key deserves it because sin. I was mad at that shit when they were saying that. I was just like, I gotta behave before I'm gonna get kicked out of here. Like,
you silly. I watched a little bit of it. It's gonna be cool. So if you guys are interested in listening to Emma's horror stories, this is part 5.
Yeah, it will be.
That will okay. So this doesn't premiere until Halloween. So make sure you go watch it. I don't know when you're gonna drop your video though.
Probably later.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're watching this now, go back and listen to Emma's video from last week, which is the part 5. So anyway, everybody's looking good.
Once this is dry, I'm going to stick on some flies. And maggot. I hate maggots. That's another one of my
pet peeves.
And these just feel like almost slimy. They just feel horrible. I hate touching them.
I have one phobia. It's globophobia. I have a phobia of balloons.
And me, of them popping.
Like, if you have a child and you want that child anywhere in my proximity, do not fucking give that child a balloon. Do not. Like, I hate children's birthday parties because of the fucking balloons. It's balloons everywhere, and children are jumping around on the balloons and with the balloons, and the balloons are popping. And I'm just like, please stop. For the love of God, stop.
Yeah, balloon popping. What is that called? People who are like, is it a phobia, like a balloon phobia?
Yeah, globophobia, it's called.
Oh, okay.
And I have a phobia of the dentist, but that's a that's a different thing.
Well, let's see. Do I have anything coming up? We are doing a live stream. My husband and I are doing a live stream after election. We were going to record ourselves doing our ballots for the first time, but we thought we don't want to get in trouble with the law. So we are going to talk about, and by that time, the United States would have chosen a winner. So that's on the XJ Dub Cafe. So that's coming up. The election right after Halloween. Go figure.
Yeah. Did you see the Jimmy Snow live stream? It was like a 1 hour long live stream of him casting his ballot. And
no.
When he uploaded it, the title was, "Is this legal?" And the thumbnail is something like him holding the ballot and looking up like.
Yeah, because I thought it's just like showing your ballot was illegal, not just showing it in an envelope.
Yeah, I don't know how it works over there. I know over here you cannot, like, not even the envelope, nothing. Like, you go to the voting center that is assigned to you. And then you go in. They send you in the first free like slot, and they have the paper there. Then you have this curtain you need to draw, and then you can just cast your vote, drop it in the ballot, move on. But you cannot like bring it out. Like if you need help, you need to like peek out the curtain and say, "Hey, I need help. The pen is not working," or whatever. But you cannot like take the ballot out. You need to keep the ballot like until you drop it in the box. You cannot even open the curtain.
Well, yeah, I did vote in the primary, so I was able to experience some of that.
I was so excited. I walked almost 2 hours to vote. In 2018.
That's crazy.
That was the first like that was the first time I could vote, because like when I turned 18 there was there was no election. So 2018 was the first time I could vote. So I was like, I finished work, I went home, and then I walked to my polling station. It was crazy.
Yeah, well, you have to get out and vote, I guess. I bet the kids this year is going to be very, very sad. No Halloween. Like, no Halloween? Like, that's got to be unheard of for some kids. Like, trick-or-treat, maybe. You know, that's probably out because you can't go door to door. Like, I was telling you earlier, there's a guy who's, like, shooting out treats like a rocket to kids. So, that'll be cool. As far as my kids, I wanted to take them to the haunted house and maybe the apple orchard, but I don't know how much social distancing you can do in the haunted house. Because if I see something scary, I'm gonna be all over you.
I mean, I guess what they can do with the haunted house is like they let maybe one person in at a time or a family in at a time.
Like whatever your group is.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh gosh, the maggots.
Like even in this house of horror that we went to with my classmates, and actually they were such bitches. They were trying to prank me because they knew I was scared, but I'm small and sneaky and it was dark. So I was like, okay, bitches, you wanna play this game? We will play this game. And I started, because I'm like, I don't know how much it comes across on camera, but I'm like very tiny. Okay, I'm a goddamn gnome. Okay, most goddamn gnomes are taller than me. Like I'm tiny, and basically I'm skinny and tiny, or used to be skinny and tiny, but with all the McDonald's food I have been having, and I was like, slithering across my classmates, and like slithering my hand across their body and just trying to freak them out, because I was like, okay, you are, like they started this. I was like, okay, bitches. And I actually managed to get my hand on one of the props, like it fell on me, a fake hand. So I was like, I held on to that and I was like shoving it into people's faces. And then of course, before we exited, I dropped the hand back to its rightful place.
I would have knocked you out, Molly, if you did that to me. Kind of deliberately scare me like that. No.
And then it was funny because I was just, waking up from the JWs. And there was this clown at the very end of the house. And he, we had to stand in like a line. There were 5 of us. So we stood there, the 5 of us, and he was patrolling, like going back and forth, strutting in front of us. And he started asking questions, and he could obviously tell that I was like crying, freaking out. And he turned to me and asked, "What's the number of the beat?" So obviously, because I just led the JWs, without thinking,
Girl, I think the scariest thing I would like that is like a house of mirrors. But that's not scary. I'm pretty sure. That's probably nothing like these haunted houses I've been seeing. I'm gonna try to. I said I was gonna try a virtual one. Oh, and I finally downloaded my favorite movie. I do have a tradition. I guess I have been keeping this tradition for the last 10 years. I have watched it. I always watch It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Oh,
every year. And this year, girl, they took all the Charlie Browns, all of the Peanut Gang, and put them on Apple TV, which I don't have. I'm an Android girl. I don't have access to that. And I thought to myself, how are you going to take a classic from off regular TV and then like pretty much put it on a streaming platform that, you know, pretty like few people have access to unless you got a Android phone. I mean, like an Apple phone or whatever. But anyway, our trusty VPN and I guess my husband's little sneaky ways of finding stuff, he was able to find it for me. So I was happy about that. So I will be doing that. So even if we cancel his birthday, maybe, hopefully it's not torture for them, but they are going to watch Charlie Brown with me. I didn't realize how old it was. It's like 60s or something. Yeah. My mother used to love it. So I don't know. I guess she kind of passed it to me or something. Is that glue you're using, Emma? You're on mute.
The bits where I've got stuff already between me and my skin, kind of thing, I've used Yoo-hoo because it's not going on my skin, but this flower I'm sticking on now is going to go directly on my skin, so I'm going to see if it'll stick with eyelash glue.
Man, that is shaping up. Well, you guys, what do you say? What do you think? Should we I sent a chat a message and nobody looking at it.
Shit.
I know people are live probably looking like, what are they doing? What is she talking about sending in the chat? Whatever.
I kept going to look at live comments and forgetting that we're not live. Well, we are, but we're not.
Yeah. I'm disappointed that the holes didn't turn out as I wanted them.
What? I mean, what more would I think they're fine. What more?
But the aesthetic is there. So it's fine.
They look okay from here.
How much longer do you think you got to go there, Emma?
Probably not much, just like finishing touches. I might just do like a real dark eyeshadow, like a black eyeshadow there. Because I think there's a bit of like just really blank there. So I think if I did black eyeshadow, it'd finish it off.
Oh my gosh.
I know what I'm gonna do.
Oh, that looks scary.
I know what I'm gonna do for Halloween next year. If we still have TGT live streams going on, I'm gonna do the terrify. Oh wait, no, because I'm scared of clowns and I don't want to like.
Yeah.
But the terrify.
I can deal with it as long as you're not like in my face.
Okay. Well, because I've seen the Terrifier. It's obviously it's a movie, and it's a very simple thing. Look, but I like it. I kind of like it.
My friend who has a worse clown, was quite horrible to her one day actually, because she's like really, really shit scared of clowns. And I had this towel, you know, like what you dry yourself with. I don't know where it come from, but it had a clown on it. So I thought I'd prank her. So I put it on the floor in the bathroom. So when she walked in, I knew she walked in the bathroom because she started screaming and ran out. So like I can look at pictures, but I'm not really good at being like around live clowns kind of thing. And the one time she was on about a clown movie where it was a serial killer clown, and she worked at Blockbuster Video at the time, and she was like, "What? We've got to face our fear. We've got to watch this." And I was like, "As long as we do it together." So we started watching it. Halfway through, she fucking fell asleep. So I ended up watching the rest of the film on my own, and it was this clown in the cinema chopping the heads off people, and like the heads were like rolling down like the
Oh my god.
walkway and stuff. And I was just like, I can't believe you fell
What's that
asleep
movie?
and left me to watch it on my own.
What's that movie called?
I don't know, Molly. This was like probably like 1998, something like that. Just look up 1990s serial killer clown films.
Okay.
Well, people here, during Halloween, or especially, I think Dark Knight came out around Halloween. And ever since we had that shooting over here, with movie theaters and stuff like that, don't, go all out for Halloween anymore like that. So, it would only take one person to ruin it for everybody.
I remember Radio 1, radio station here, they used to do like a ring-in for confessions, and this was like when the Arachnophobia film came out, and somebody rang in and confessed that they're in the cinema and they're on the balcony, so they're above everybody else, and about 3/4 of the way of the film they threw loads of plastic spiders on the audience below. And it fucked everybody up that much they had to stop the film, because everyone was just like screaming and running and trying to get out. And I was like, that's fucking hilarious.
Honestly, I would, and so I heard that the other, like, there are 2 horror houses in Hungary. And I heard that the other one that's not in the capital is even better and bigger. So I want to go there, but not alone, because not because I'm afraid. I'm like, it's not real, so might as well. But still, there is this thing that it's fun to do with someone else and not just walking alone.
Yeah.
Or with a stranger.
We have here in sorry.
But yeah, I don't have any horror freak friends. Like,
in a place called sorry, I keep interrupting you.
Yeah, go on.
In a place called Blackpool, it's like a seaside resort. There's like a horror place where it's actual people dressed up and they jump out on you and stuff. Like, I'd be worried that I would literally like punch one as like an instant reaction, and then they come out into a pub. So as they're all like running and screaming, trying to get out, they burst through these doors and they're in a pub full of people that have just been through it as well. So like, obviously everyone's just going to laugh with how you just like burst through the door like scared.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Damn.
My mate said you worked there for a while. I'd love to do it though, but I'm just scared that I would actually just be like, fuck off, and like punch one of the staff.
Yeah, like I've, Whisper. Like the confession. And anyway, there was someone who worked in like a haunted house or a horror house like this. And their confession on this site was like, you guys, when you are scared, you say the stupidest shit. Like, there was this guy, very buff dude, like 6'2", very buff, very muscular, very, he looked like a military guy or some shit. And, I jumped at him. And he said, holy banana cakes. And she got scared. It's like, oh my god, it's so funny because, yeah, we do be saying the stupidest shit when we get scared. Like,
oh man, like on Facebook, they have pictures. They take pictures of people who are going through the haunted house. It is so funny.
Yeah.
They circulating on Facebook, a bunch of people with just crazy faces. I was just like, and I wonder, I'm like, what are they looking at? I wonder what they're looking at.
The one where they're all grabbing each other.
Yeah.
That was because apparently it's like a fake car comes through the wall. Apparently they hear like a car crashing through the wall and then there's headlights blinding them. So they actually think like a car's come through the wall.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, that is that. I want that.
How did you figure that out, Emma?
I asked in the comments. I was like, what are they all scared of? And then somebody said what it was.
Okay, well, that makes sense. I'm thinking about the faces now.
Because I was thinking, like, what could be that scary that people are reacting like that? But some of the kids are like, whatever, like their faces. And in the comments, people have put future serial killer because like the kids are just like getting full
right. Because some of the older people was just like all over each other.
Yeah.
The man was running, child.
I mean, maybe it's because they knew it was coming, so they didn't affect them as much. Like if I were to go back to the horror house now, knowing what happens, like I remember because I was terrified, step by step, minute by minute, what's going through, and oh my god, this part when there is this zombie who's leading you through the house. And there was this other girl who was very scared, and she started crying like, "Get me out! Get me out!" That was the safe word. Like if you say "get me out," they will stop everything, and the clown will like get you out. And the girl screamed, "Get me out! Get me out!" So the clown flicked the switch, turned the light on. Everyone stopped. The music stopped. Everything stopped. And then he goes up to this girl, and he's like, "Do you want to go out?" Like in a normal voice. And then she said, no, I will do it, it's almost over. And then he changed back into his like clown voice. He's like, "Then you will suffer." He turned off the light, and then everything started again. And then we got to the other room. He like shoved us into the chairs, like he grabbed us one by one, and he was like, whoop, just like roughhousing us into the chair. And then he starts this big ass monologue, right? He keeps speaking and speaking and speaking and speaking, and then randomly says, "And my friend," break. Then some random noise, "Jesus Christ," and then Jesus jumped out from under the stairs like a zombie makeup Jesus. I was like,
that's wild.
Do you have to sign a contract before you go in these places that people are allowed to like physically touch you and stuff?
Yeah, because that could be triggering for people.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like they tell you that there are falling props. There is like gore.
Yeah, but grabbing people, touching people, that seems like
people who will like be up in your face or even possibly touch you, depending on what you're doing and what the situation requires. Like it's a set route, but depending on how the group is acting and reacting,
Well, they should tell people that they can be touching people, because if you touch me, you'll see what happened.
Well, I'm wondering if you have to sign something for them so they've got their backs covered. So if you complain afterwards, they're kind of like, well,
yeah, we signed papers, yeah. I don't remember what was on the papers, but it's not like they violently grabbed you. It was more like it looked and felt rough because of all the adrenaline and like sensory shit that was happening to you, flickering lights and loud music and props pushing up against you. So definitely, plus I was terrified. Okay, like I was like barely away from JWs, and then this the clown was up in my face during the last few minutes, and I was like, "What's the number of the beast?" I was like, 666, motherfucker. And everyone started laughing. Like the guy did not expect. I don't think the guy expected me to say motherfucker so casually. Like 666, motherfucker. But I would go back. I would definitely like to go back.
I've never been to like a really proper haunted house, but I think it was probably about 2-3 years ago in our town. We coming up to Christmas, we have like people come and do like Christmas stalls and stuff, and there was like, this is not really Halloween related, and there was like this bus, and inside the bus there was like slides and weird things for like kids to go through, like a small adventure ground. So me and my mate, her kid went in and was like, "Oh, we really want to go in." I was like, "He's not going to let us in because we're like fully sized adults." So we saw him go off for a fag. So he was like, "Right, come on, let's go in." So then her daughter was like really embarrassed. She was like, "What are you doing in here?" I was like, "Well, we wanted to come and check it out, and we wanted to have fun as well." So I'm going down like this kids slide and there's like these roller things, and I'm like squeezing through these rollers. And then the guy walks in, and me and my mate look at each other and we're like, oh shit, he's caught us. And he's like, I'm closing now, can everybody leave? And was like, we just came in here to get the kids, honest. We wasn't. We was like going around the whole adventure thing, and he just looked at us and was just like, right, okay.
Whatever, dude.
Well, we are almost approaching a 2-hour mark. So I wanted to give everybody a close-up of what we've done today. Y'all ready for that? I know Emma's still working on hers, but she got quite a bit of it done. I wanted to wait till she had quite a bit of it done. So we will do a close-up with Miss Emma. Oh, wow.
That looks good.
That looks good. And scary.
And
Molly.
Yeah.
That's cute. I'm telling you, girl, it's giving me Mystique. You should think about Mystique one Halloween. You know, Mystique is sexy though.
Mystique is sexy though.
Right. And then mine is kind of probably the more plainer of the looks here. But it is wild for me.
It's good though.
It's kind of
very. It looks good.
I like this contour. Even though I would never wear this contour in real life. But I don't know.
I like the eyeshadow.
Yeah. You look good, girl.
We all look good, don't we? So anyway, thank you guys for joining us, and happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Tell us in the comments what you're doing for Halloween, what you've done for Halloween in the past. We are going to probably put the questions that we answered in the comments, or right in the comments, or probably the group closer to the time, maybe.
I think we can do it.
So you can follow along with us. Make sure you guys tell us what your favorite Halloween memories and stuff like that from. We want to hear from you. Anybody have anything else but closing on? I think we already told people what we're doing.
Can't think of anything.
Well, make sure you check out Emma's stories if you want to.
Oh yeah, because I'm going to be recording this one in a bit, I think. So.
Yeah, on her channel. So we'll make sure we'll put. Actually, our links are going to be in the post. So if you click one link, you'll be able to see everything we have going on. So, all right, I guess we can go ahead and sign off and say bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.